This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the LD Micro Invitational 2015 in Bel Air, California. Joseph Flynn, Joe, Auxilio, publicly traded company. The symbol is AUXO. Joe, welcome back to SNNLive.
Shelley, great to see you. Looking healthy. Always good to see you.
Thank you. So let's get an overview of the company, please, and we'll go from there.
Okay, Auxilio provides managed print services and IT security for hospitals. So we manage the process of paper production in a hospital, which is a broken process, as well as helping them find solutions for HIPAA compliance on security, as well as remediation and forensics work if they've ever had a breach.
Well, it's not a week goes by that there's news of something going on in some hospital leading to a lawsuit and costing them a lot of money.
That's right.
So are you the solution?
We are. We provide services from soup to nuts. So from the very beginning, hospitals need to do assessments around how vulnerable they are to attacks. And once they do those assessments, which are mandated by the government, they need to have plans to remediate, as well as if they've had a breach, they have to have incident response teams, and they have to have proper programs in place that show the government that they can actually deliver on keeping patient health information secure, and so they can avoid tremendous fines like you've seen with Anthem and some of the major health systems dealing with these incredible fines that are going to be in the billions of dollars.
So by just dialing your phone, having you come in,
that's right,
you can give them the protection, the cost savings, and the security that they don't have today?
That's absolutely right. We can certainly, we would start off with them with an assessment to tell them where they have their vulnerabilities, and then once we have that assessment identified, we can come up with solutions, both technology solutions and consulting solutions on how to remediate, but how to keep it a continuous process, because it's not something you do once. You need to keep doing it over time to avoid the government coming down on you hard with fines.
I'm going to ask you a crazy question. Why wouldn't a healthcare system use you?
Well, they would have no reason not to use us. In fact, because of our size and how nimble we are in the marketplace, we'd be a great partner for them. And we do work with some of the major health systems in the United States. I mean, you mentioned Johns Hopkins earlier. Johns Hopkins is a client of ours. We were out here in Los Angeles. We've got Sharp down in San Diego. We've got Memorial Care here in Long Beach. So we work with some of the largest health systems in the country doing what we do.
So who's your competitor?
Well, interestingly enough, in the healthcare space, there's nobody that does exactly what we do. So we're the only one that's specifically focused on healthcare, hospitals, and hospital associates. We deal with, from a competitive standpoint, we deal with a lot of very big players, to the Deloitte and Touches of the world, and the other technology players. But they're very much focused on where the big dollars are, which is in banking and things like that. Hospitals are way behind as it relates to security, and we see our solution as a low-cost, high-quality solution for them.
Do you sell direct or through distributors?
We sell direct. We sell through our existing customer base, and our managed print services business provides 220 hospitals for our security business to sell through. So we sell through consultants. We work with large consultants. We do have relationships with larger technology firms that can't do the professional services that we do. So it's a combination of direct and through consultants that we work with.
So we're almost halfway through 2016, 15 rather.
Yep.
What happens through the end of this year and into next year? Where do you see the growth coming from?
Well, we announced in our end of our first quarter 35% year-over-year revenue growth, and we see that revenue growth continuing for the next 2 years, actually, based on what we have already booked in place, as well as what we have in our pipeline. Our challenge is going to be managing that growth. When you're growing quickly like that, expenses pile up, and so you got to manage that growth. So our goal is to manage that growth profitably and continue on trying to get this business north of $100 million in the next three or 4 years.
Let's get your website out there right now, Joe.
It's www.auxilioinc.com, and our security subsidiary is www.redspin.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Flynn, Auxilio, symbol AUXO. It is a publicly traded company. I'm Shelley Craft. This is SNNLive. We're coming to you live from the LD Micro Invitational 2015 in Bel Air, California. Joe, thanks for coming on to SNNLive.
Great to see you again. Thank you.
Good to see you.